I told her she has to get up early.
All right, welcome to another Woods Report. Okay, there's not a lot of news today, and Kanye, of course, is in the news as always. So, but I'll save him for last because it's a lot going on with him.
There's some newer stuff than what we've been talking about.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna feel like going too much into detail with him, but.
And did you see any of the stuff that our dear friend Wendy sent?
Oh yeah, I saw all the stuff. Hey,
you can talk to.
Yeah, that she has sent on there.
Thank you for sending that.
I had seen it already, but I'm glad she sent it.
But you
never saw it.
That helps me get to know more about Candace's character and her personality.
You never saw it. I had seen the stuff about bobblehead Candace.
Okay.
And the amount of black people that support Kanye is ridiculous. But I started to realize I don't care.
Think about it.
It don't matter to me.
No, but you even said you still feel for him. He's
still
invited to the barbecue.
I'm saying support what he said.
Oh,
yeah. So at this point I don't care. At first I have to get used to that people are morons, and you just have to be used to it and understand that sometimes people like shock value. They don't really care about what the person is saying. They just want shock. Yeah. And they like that somebody's like, that's why they like comb over. Right. They don't
half the stuff he says. They don't
even believe half the stuff he's saying. Exactly. It's just the fact that he's shaking up the system. Yeah. So that's what they're for.
They like to do that.
And then there's some people who just like discourse. That's it. It's you gotta always have a yin and a yang. Okay. So I realized that, and it's like you can't get mad at it. It's like you can't get mad at feeble-minded people. You can't get mad at people like that because you have to have that, the yin and the yang. You have to have the people
it makes you stronger. Being around feeble-minded.
You have to have people. Yeah, it just makes sense. On the community wall today, I posted. Somebody had put up about perspective and about this twin brothers. It's just not. I don't know if it's real or not, but just put up a thing. And
that's the thing too. We don't know what's real.
Two twin brothers grow up with a father who was an alcoholic. Okay. One of them decided he didn't want to be an alcoholic because he saw that his father was, and the other one became an alcoholic because of his father being alcoholic. Okay. So most people with common sense responded and said, "Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great point." People gave their own personal views about how they went in the opposite. They had alcohol abuse in their family.
Still kind of
they had a sibling who went that way. They went another way, and then you have a few feeble-minded people sprinkled in that said stuff like, that's it. That's not true. And why are you putting it on the person? And why does it have to be because their father was an alcoholic? So it made me realize you're gonna always have that.
Always.
You can put up God is love, and it'll be most people.
No, he's not. How you know that?
So I know now that it makes you.
If he's love, how is people dying and getting shot in the head?
And what I do is when I go and I see people who post stuff, and I may not like it or whatever, I just keep moving.
You got to.
I don't comment, "Oh, you have a big head," or "Oh, you." I don't. Why would you type that? So I started to realize it's just people.
Yeah, no matter where they're coming from, where their minds are, because
and God loves all of them. The feeble-minded and the people.
How God even loves everybody. That's kind of cuckoo. But you've given all scenarios. They could be doing it to get attention. Yeah. They could be doing it because they're just venting. They can be doing it because they're mean and they want to say something.
Right.
They can be feeble-minded. They can be literally something not right.
What's the
it could be a number of reasons.
What's the purpose though?
I don't know.
I just don't get it.
You kind of like social media now because it's opened the floodgates to crazy.
It gave people, back in the day before this, you didn't know people was mean and ornery and stupid.
You lived
in just didn't know it.
World.
You didn't know your neighbor was a moron.
Right.
All you saw, you went out and you got the mail. You said, "Hey, how you doing, Mr. Johnson?" And then you didn't know he was in the house in his underwear and with aluminum foil on his head.
Right.
Thinking the aliens was going to come and get him. You just saw when he came out to get the mail.
Did a wave at him.
But now
I know he's a good guy.
Mr. Johnson is on YouTube and Facebook
saying he's going to kill somebody. Yeah. Why did you say that about your mother?
And he's not called Mr. Johnson. He's called aluminum foil number 562. And he decides to comment on everybody's thing about how you going crazy.
Right.
And you don't know that's your neighbor.
Right.
You don't know your neighbor has somebody locked in their basement.
Right.
You just didn't know that.
When I watched the, what's the Shy?
Crazy People.
The Shy. The guy kidnapped one of the girls and had her in the basement. And he was just in the neighborhood.
You didn't know that.
They was like, no, not him.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
Oh,
so I've come to realize, it took me a while because we never had a social media platform
that opens the floodgates.
So
all kinds of people's thoughts.
We were on Facebook. And so the people who were on Facebook were our friends. So I didn't get nutty buddies.
Right.
You know, and if they was crazy, I already know you crazy.
Right.
And you are my Facebook
about
friend.
them already.
We get comments from people all over the world.
And that's the thing, too. Social media is not just in your country.
It's everywhere.
It's all over the world.
Yes.
That's what's scary. Because you can get nutty buddies from different countries.
And people who don't know the words that you say. So, like, I can't think of something now, but, like, if I say something or I post something, they don't know in another country. That means something else.
That's true.
So they'll say, what do you mean when you said blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, you from another country.
Because she and I were talking about advertisement. There's a...
dragging somebody or something. Like if we say he dragged him, they'll be like, he dragged him? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know that term. That means
something else in another language or whatever, or that's slang. Like that truck that we saw with the advertisement. It's a product, a bakery. Bimbo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bimbo means something else.
Bimbo is not a positive word in America, but I think that country, I don't know if they're in Mexico or wherever they're located. Yeah. But bimbo is like a negative name to call a woman.
So I'm starting to realize that. But you can't make your broadcast appeal to everybody.
Right. It may not.
So when I say we're going to be who we are, if you don't want to listen or you think whatever, you can keep on moving.
That's true. If you don't agree with us.
I'll take 5 good people than a million.
But you know you're going to
get... People dropping in that's stupid.
But you're going to get those dropping in that are stupid people.
But understand that because I'm a comedian and because I have a low tolerance for morons, I'm going to dog you out.
If you're in the mood.
If I'm in the mood.
Right.
If I'm not in the mood, I'll delete your comment.
Judge Mathis, his sons were trying to keep him off social media because he responds.
I do respond
to crazy.
Sometimes I do.
Because it was his family, his daughter.
Yes.
He said, I gotta say something. No, Dad, you gotta stay off social media.
So if you guys see me in the comment section going off on somebody, I'm already giving you I might need to put the disclaimer in there.
Let it roll across the bottom.
I may talk about your mama. I may do all of that.
Negative comment or crazy comment at your own risk.
Or I may delete it. You're right. It depends on what mood I'm in.
Right.
Okay. But with all that being said, let's start off with our first story. It says you can put anything and people go crazy.
I know. Even good stuff.
Who would make something negative about that?
They made something negative about Jesus, and he was good. My goodness. My God.
You healed the man.
Savior of the world.
You healed the man he can see.
Yes.
People complaining about he can see
You
now.
are the devil.
Or he can see. This guy, why should he be able to see?
No.
Everybody else
can't see. He did something good on the Sabbath.
All right.
Oh God.
All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so this is our first thing.
This is one of the yours will be also about politics because this is debate world.
Okay.
We've gone and Kim and I have different opinions on if debates are needed or not.
Right.
This is truly showing Kim's point of view.
That
debates are crazy now.
I tried to tell
everybody pulls out the little the badges like the Herschel Walkers.
I tried to tell y'all when y'all said it, when we was all talking about how some of y'all was on here. True, I don't know if you was on here. I see True in here.
I know
y'all was saying about
we want the debates to be of substance,
no.
like Sarah said. Can they be of substance?
I told you people are morons.
Oh, I tell you.
In a perfect world, when y'all was arguing about that with me, I agree with y'all, but not in this world. People should not be forced to debate.
Well, let's take a clip at this. Is I believe Senator Mike Lee and Evan McMullin.
All right.
Debates continued around the country last night, and more props were pulled out when Utah Senator Mike Lee faced challenger Evan McMullin. Take a look.
Senator Lee, you advised spurious so-called legal efforts to mislead tens of millions of Americans that the election had been stolen. And congratulations, you succeeded.
There were people who behaved very badly on that day. I was not one of them. I was one of the people trying to dismantle this situation. For you to suggest otherwise looks right in the face of truth and in the face of the Constitution. How dare you, sir?
Senator Lee has been doing this thing with his pocket constitution for the last several years. Senator Lee, it is not a prop. It is not a prop.
Oh my God!
That was his pocket constitution. He takes it everywhere.
What's next? Is somebody going to come in with the 10 Commandments that was scribbled from the Moses movie?
Here, the big book on the table. Thou shalt not lie. The props. Yeah, that was one debate that they kind of talked about. I know one of the things that Sarah did say, I have to mention, because Sarah, she thinks like I do.
Yeah, I like Sarah.
But you may not agree with her on this one. But
what
then again, she kind of like on between both of us. She mentioned that debates would matter more if they were more of substance to them.
That's all know that.
Right now, we're not seeing who leads better. We're seeing who fights better. Who judges better?
Who has the better punchline?
Yeah,
that's what I was
saying.
Who
can play the dozens like Alderman Evans on the good times versus the guy he was running
But that's
against.
what I was telling y'all when y'all was arguing with me about not forcing people to debate. Because what happens is the guy who actually, or lady who has the good ideas, they get smashed. But because they don't know how to say your mama jokes.
But one of the things that she did say, and I don't know who can make this happen. Yeah, because they're not mandatory like you're saying. A lot of people do want to do them though, because they want to see who fights the best. But she was saying, I don't care what side you're on. I'm not Republican, Democratic, it don't matter.
Right.
She said, let me know what your plans are. And what you're going to do to fix the problem. She said there should be a ping and a pong, like ping pong.
Right.
She said so few candidates actually do that. Ignore the name calling and say aside from that, this is what I plan to do.
And the reason why I disagree with that, see, I'm going again against the grain. Just because somebody has speaking points on what they plan to do doesn't mean that's what they're actually going to do.
We know that as politicians, and we've kind of learned that in our past, and that's why they like Comb Over, Herschel, because these are people that are not supposedly the politician. Right. But one of the things Sarah said was we need to really get an understanding. Debates are for the people. It's for the people. Not for you to get gains.
But the people don't care no more.
If that's what it is, but I don't know who puts these debates on. Can they be more strict with the rules?
They don't care.
With the
nobody will watch. Nobody will watch.
It's all about the media, like what we said the other day. The media wants this. They want to see who dishes the most dirt out,
and people want to see him pull out a pocket, Constitution. They don't want to see two guys boring sitting up there talking about what they're going to do.
Right.
That'll be on C-SPAN. Nobody wants to watch that. I'm telling you. Nobody will watch it.
Well, between them, your debate, the information you brought up with Stacey, what happened there? Because you can show that one too.
All right. So that was
that's just talking about their debate, what they talked about. They mentioned her as well, and who she debated with.
Well, she debated with Kemp. Okay.
Because there was 3 of them, but Kemp was one.
And the Hill says there's 5 takeaways from the Abrams-Kemp debate in Georgia. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, Republican, and his Democratic rival Stacey Abrams faced off on Monday in their first debate since they competed for the governor's mansion in 2018. The debate quickly became a policy-heavy affair, with the candidates hammering each other over everything from education to crime to election laws. What's more, it unfolded on the first day of the state's early voting period, offering Abrams and Kemp a key chance to make their cases to undecided voters before they cast their ballots.
He must have really sat home and practiced on this one because he got slammed the last one.
Well, here are 5 takeaways from the Georgia Gubernatory debate. Kemp leans on his record. Unlike in 2018, Kemp is heading into the election day with a full term as governor under his belt. And on Monday, he sought to remind voters what that entails. He repeatedly touted his decision to lift pandemic restrictions against the advice of public health officials, arguing that it has strengthened Georgia's economy while other states have faltered. He boasted that he used the state's budget surplus to give teachers a $5,000 raise, and he stood by sweeping election reform law he signed last year, claiming that voter turnout has increased despite accusations of voter suppression. What's more, Kemp sought to blunt Abrams' criticism by accusing her of dodging questions about her own record. In fact, Abrams hasn't served in public office since 2017, when she resigned her position in the State General Assembly to focus on her 2018 campaign. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then we get to Stacey. Abrams stunned many political observers in 2018 when she came within 55,000 votes, which is close. She has largely tried to replicate that strategy this year, attacking Kemp and Republicans for implementing new voting laws and hammering the need to balance public safety with policy reform.
Police reform.
I'm sorry. Let's see. She also touted efforts by Abrams and her allies to implement election reforms in the wake of 2018 election to make voting more accessible. All told, Abrams is hoping to recreate the momentum that helped propel her to a near win from 4 years ago. So crime was another flashpoint. Another one was, let me see. Well, of course, this is the Hill, so they're going to lean towards
Abrams gives
muddy answer to election question. Then they talked about libertarian candidate gets spotlight. That's the third guy you was talking about that they brought in there, and we didn't even know he existed, and they brought him in there.
Splitting the votes,
right? So if you want to read anything about the debate, just go on social media, y'all, and they'll give y'all a breakdown. But my takeaway from all of this is, now Stacey Abrams has to run on what will you do to make Georgia better than what Kemp has done.
What he has done.
I think it's going to be harder for her this time.
It probably will be, because she really the plan has to be really clear and for us to be so we'll understand it, because whatever you put out there on the table, the opposition is going to find fault in it. They're going to pick it apart. Well, where are you going to get the money for that?
Right.
Well, when are you going to have the time to do that? That takes like 10 years.
Well, in one heated exchange, Abrams accused Kemp of ignoring the struggles of Black and brown people who have faced police discrimination, saying that while you may not have had that experience, too many people I know have. I don't know if that's going to do anything for her, because I don't know if Black people are going to go out and vote.
Oh, I don't know.
See?
Especially if they're bringing these new rules now. You can't have water in the line, and you can't do this. You can't come this time. So they're going to make it a tougher for people to vote in that state.
And what does the economy look like now in Georgia? Because if you remember when all of us was wearing masks and all of us was locked down, he let Georgia, everybody was running rampant in Georgia.
I know. They
never lost any businesses or anything, because he didn't even take any of this serious.
What are people saying as far as winning the debate? Because we both gave our opinion on the Herschel Walker and Raphael.
Right.
It was pretty much a tie. We thought Raphael should have been a little stronger.
Exactly.
And used every opportunity to get at those accusations against Herschel, but he really didn't.
Yeah.
Herschel did his homework. Now, this situation, I didn't get to hear the debate all the way, so you're hearing pros and cons.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Well, they say here, it says Stacey Abrams wins Democratic nod for Georgia governor, but that's the Democrats.
Yeah.
See?
They all gonna say their own little
that's what I'm saying.
spiel on it. Yeah.
What are the people of Georgia gonna say?
The one thing that I did agree with what Whoopi says, I hate when they talk about polls on that at that table, she frowns. Oh, and they all even say, Whoopi,
Well,
Whoopi, I don't know. I know you don't like polls,
right.
But this, and this.
The polls kept saying that Como wasn't going to win, and he won.
Please, you guys. The polls can say what you want them to say.
Yep.
Condoleezza Rice was on there, and she and Sonny went at it with polls.
Yep.
Condoleezza says the same thing Whoopi says.
Yep.
Where did the poll come from?
Yep.
You can question polls to get the responses that you want.
And who put the poll out?
That's what, and Condoleezza says that.
Yeah.
We know she's a very wise woman. And
who did they put out to?
Sonny loves polls.
I think
Whoopi said people may change their minds. They'll tell you one thing,
right.
And when they're in the booth, they'll say do something totally different.
Georgia barely became blue.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to become blue again. I already told you, I think Herschel going to win. Mushmouth is going to win for the Senate, and I think that Kemp is going to win again for governor.
Well, Alyssa said yesterday, she said, I don't want to step on toes as far as Democrats are concerned, but she said they have to be really clear as well with it can't be just abortion.
That's all they can stand on.
Because she used Ohio as an example. She said
that's all they stand on.
Ohio had Obama's back. Come Trump time, they went for Trump.
Exactly.
People want...
Same with Pennsylvania.
Alyssa was saying, what you going to do about my job? My farm is about to shut down.
That's it.
I don't have no more money.
They don't care about abortion.
Trump is going to help me as a businessman.
Yeah.
He's going to help my farm survive. If Ohio Democratic leaderships don't have a plan to help people get food on their table, gas in their tank, she said they may go back to Republican.
They're going to stay Republican. Go back to Republican. You're right.
See, I don't even know.
So that's my thing. And then again, we talked about the other day, Democrats, if whatever all this stuff you're doing, nobody knows about it. Because y'all don't talk about it.
The hearing aids that
nobody knows about it. Nobody cares. Nobody knows.
And the
about
media's
it.
not going to say anything unless you say something.
And that's why I told you I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I vote for who I like.
Right.
And to be honest with you, if I am the indication of how independent people are thinking right now, the Republicans are going to win. I hope I'm not. If you're a Democrat, you better hope that I'm not a representation of how people who don't care about the party are thinking.
Right. They've been saying this week, the things that are important to people, what's more important to people? You will see that when they go to the polls to vote.
That's it.
Is it food and gas and medical information versus abortion?
Yeah, they don't care about abortion.
You my age, you're not thinking really about abortion. You don't want your family to have it if you don't agree with it. If you
nobody's
whatever.
Thinking about that, y'all.
But nobody.
Sorry.
I don't know how strong
only
that
liberal
is.
people who are liberal who are.
That's a hard one.
Y'all the only ones think about that.
So
and the people who are on the fence of it, they don't care enough that strong.
It's
to
other
vote
things
for that.
going on in their life that's more important than having that right or not.
Yeah,
they figure right now they could just go to another state.
Yeah,
they gotta do it.
I'm
thinking Illinois.
Yeah, they don't care. So that was my thing on that one. So Jay-Z invests big money in a robo pizza truck. Remember, didn't I tell you about that? That's solving a major food industry problem. Jay-Z is putting his money behind a new robot-operated pizza truck business with big plans to change the food industry. He invested in Stellar Pizza, a restaurant on wheels that can churn out 420 pizzas a day and cook a single pie in less than 5 minutes.
Is this like a food truck, though?
It's a food truck, but it's electronic, and it's not humans. It's electronic. and it makes the pizza. I saw the little
so it's
video
like a production crew on wheels.
Yeah,
when you at those places and the robots is putting a little thing on the conveyor belt, and
the artist
one does the ketchup and stuff, and the other one does something else.
The artist turned entrepreneur led the $16.5 million funding around through his venture capital firm, Marcy Venture Partnership, MVP. I'm telling you, this is this a good one? Let me see if this is a show. Hold on. Yeah, look. No human. You only need a human to load it. That's it.
And probably the thing.
And they got drones that'll deliver the pizza to you.
It's funny how we're starting out with the whole thing with robots and computers doing things versus people. Like when we were at that hotel and we asked for extra towels and stuff.
A robot brought it to us. A robot
came to our door, little round head. And
we were surprised.
He came to our door, we opened it up and we lifted the little head and got the little
And to be honest with you, I almost preferred the robot.
I wouldn't be concerned about catching COVID or any colds or something.
But I like the robot because if he wanted extra stuff on there, if I wanted some chips or something or whatever, I can reach over there and get that.
Put a lot of people out of job though.
Whereas a human, I gotta be like, can you go back and get some
you know what?
or whatever. I like the robot.
If we're going to do the robots for all of this and even have electric cars and stuff, when are they going to start working on a robot cop?
Well, we said that. RoboCop. Yeah, we said that.
That's where you really need them because they getting shot at. If there's a robot getting shot at,
it don't matter.
Does not compute.
He's going to chase you. I keep saying we need RoboCop. And he don't listen like when you pull people over and I watch how these people get smart or whatever.
Yes.
He don't have
they get out of tickets.
He don't have nothing like that.
They bat their eyes because they're women.
It don't work. He's a robot. So,
which is only thing we'll be mainly concerned is that who's programming it. If somebody hacks in, or a person that has some racial problems,
and we know
coding it wrong, he only go after black people.
And we know, like in that Tom Cruise movie, it's always a criminal that's going to end up
gonna hack the whole
or
system.
somebody like Elon Musk, who's a nut job, or Kanye, who's a nut job, and who are billionaires, who will be the RoboCop owner, and will be pulling people over. And if you have a Jewish thing on your head, that little thing they wear, he's gonna act a little different towards you.
No, because he'll program it differently.
Because Kanye's gonna program him. Or Elon Musk is gonna program him.
We just gotta take our chances.
Yeah.
But I like this.
Or he'll pull you over, the Kanye robot. And if his music is playing, somehow he'll put a rope thing in there that if the music is
the other music.
If the music is playing, then let him go on by.
He's
don't
not
have
playing
to do
the
nothing.
right station.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be playing my music.
True says they have robo police dogs in New York City.
They do.
Wow.
Police dogs? Oh my goodness. I guess you can start small like
what,
that.
Is that what I saw? I don't think it was a dog. It was a drone. I saw on TikTok where they do the door down with the drone.
Yeah.
So you saw it?
I saw
they blow
like
the door up
and
go, and then the SWAT team goes in.
Right. The drone. It makes sense though, because the drone won't start shooting. Right. The drone looks at what's going on. Right.
These drones can shoot too.
Oh, I thought it was to see, for them to see.
For now, it's going to be to see, but in the future, if y'all watch Black Mirror, anybody watch Black Mirror on Netflix? That's one of my favorite shows. I don't think a new season has come out yet, but on Black Mirror, they have those robots that turn into drones and they can also walk, but they shoot people.
Oh, wow.
And they go in the houses and find you. They kind of did it in, Tom Cruise movie with the aliens. Yeah. Remember they would scan your eyeballs and see if you was human. Yeah. And they'll go under the couches and see where you was hiding.
Yeah, because they was after him, was it?
Yeah, that's coming though.
Yeah, that's the future.
That's the future. And it's not that far.
And Jay-Z even doing this. A truck.
And pizza can cook in 5 minutes.
A robo pizza truck, you guys.
He don't have to worry about getting robbed.
Because they may shut down when somebody tries to take over or whatever.
But how you gonna rob him? He probably take credit or whatever. He don't take cash.
You know, somebody like what's his name that was on they tried to steal the ATM machine.
Well, you went to McDonald's this morning and tried to break into McDonald's.
They had a piece of wood in the window, and she slid it open to take the money. I said, girl, what happened? She said, they tried to rob us.
See? So why not put a robot where she is?
McDonald's, right?
And you pull up.
Cash register.
You see what I'm saying? Why have a human being there? Oh, my God.
But that's a lot of people going to lose their jobs.
A lot of people.
Because they only need one or two to just
So where are we going, y'all? I know we sound depressing on this episode.
I know.
But where do we see ourselves going here in the future?
Well, I'll be with Jesus.
Manufacturing jobs will be replaced by robots. For sure. So if you are in the manufacturing business right now, you need to start coming up with other ways to make some money.
Yeah.
You need to start stocking your money. You need to start prepping, like I said, and you need to start figuring out ways to where you can become independent financially now.
Yeah.
Because in the future, you may not have a job.
Yeah, if you physically got to be there. Because a lot of my friends, they're working from home now.
Or you got to come up
physically in anymore.
Or come up with a job where human beings are still
They're going to always
needed.
want that product.
I don't know, maybe a lawyer? A doctor. They can replace you with machines, but some doctors won't be able to be replaced.
The medical field.
Maybe the medical field. Engineering. Somebody has to put the machines together.
Yeah.
Somebody has to run the machine. Somebody has to understand.
But you're talking to people who got the careers already pretty much settled. So you saying go into another career?
Go into
that's long lasting for the futuristic?
Or pick up something in the future. Pick up something on the side that you can make money now, so you can stock your money, so you have enough money, so that when these things
Get
do
you a
happen,
side gig. We used to do that back in the day. We had
move
a side
to one
gig.
of them senior places, like Seinfeld's parents, and just live the rest of your life while the machines take over the rest of the world.
Right. Because that's gonna happen.
So,
all right, Jay-Z.
So I know it sounds sad.
Hopefully the pizza is good though. That's another thing. I don't care how fast it is.
People was debating
who's creating it. If it don't taste good, you can keep on rolling.
But if you make a pizza and it's good, right? And you made it through a machine, he'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So it'll taste the same
good. Yeah.
That means it'll be good.
And then if you can add maybe your own little thing, like I want mushrooms on mine.
See, does not compute. See, you going too far.
Then I'm gonna have to walk away from that truck.
You gonna say
and go to somewhere where I can get some mushrooms on my pizza, and no, not that cheese, this kind of cheese.
That's the human part of you. That say, can you add a little bit of extra mushroom? No, does not compute.
It's like your Seinfeld.
Right.
No soup for you.
No.
Move.
You the soup Nazi.
The soup Nazi.
So I agree. Okay, I think it'll be less informal, like you said. Or you can't say something like, can you give me smaller pieces of the mushroom more than I don't.
What happens?
I don't really like the larger
what
pieces.
Happens
that robot to tell you to get the hell out of line.
You have to have somebody there. Because what happens if, worst case scenario, something happens to the electricity or something?
It'll be people there. It'll be a person there.
Because the robot may stop in midair.
Yeah.
And the pizza is not finished or
it'll
maybe
be
made wrong or something.
But you just won't need as many people.
Okay.
And then that's the other thing. They'll probably have more trucks. So that's an industry there. Yeah. The car industry. Maybe if you are a person that's a factory person, why don't you get you a job at a car place? Because that's probably going to always be around. Whether it's an electric car or a gas car.
Most of these car companies are all trying to create
transportation is always going to be there. Always. Yeah. So get in the transportation business.
You don't think we're going to get to like how it was on show where everybody is holograms and you don't leave your home? Not many people leave their home.
I think so, but I think we'll be gone by then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 54. I'll be gone by then.
Okay.
You're right. Everything will be replaced. Mm-hmm. But that's another 100 years from now?
I don't even know.
But
look at this though. So
yeah. So that's the latest with that.
Jay-Z.
And speaking of Jay-Z, well, I'll wait and get to the Kanye thing. I guess I'll go right into it because
Don't you have a few before then? Another one?
No, I'll do Kanye because I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Okay.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, y'all know a long time ago they separated themselves from this nut job.
Oh.
They don't even talk to him no more.
They don't.
No. And that's why you saw him when he said he don't have no celebrity friends. So not only did I wrote down my notes, Not only does Jay-Z and Beyonce not talk to him, but they haven't been talking to him for a long time, even before all this.
He'll have his friend Candace.
Rihanna is apparently not talking to him anymore because when he was on Drink Champs, he made a comment about how Meek Mill slept with her or something, and she's saying that's not true. So she done with him. He's a nut job. Okay. And then Kim is not talking to him anymore. They talk through a assistant. What is my one best friend to you says frozen pizzas are pumped out by machines and they are sold by the millions. I might buy stock in Stella Pizza. Yeah, good idea.
Buy stock
in this pizza place. Mm-hmm. Good idea, best friend.
Thank you.
Let's start looking ahead and seeing where these things is going and start saying
they could take off like wildfire.
Right. Mm-hmm. Let me get some money on that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Rihanna, Kim Kardashian is not talking to him anymore. They go through the assistant. Yep. She didn't like him talking about how Drake slept with her mother. Even though Chris has yet to say anything. Why Chris ain't said nothing? He's just
burning all the bridges.
Chris ain't going to say nothing because I told y'all bad publicity is publicity for Chris.
Okay.
She wants you to keep her name in the mouth. So she ain't going to say nothing. And she probably think it's funny. That Drake is not bad to get you. Drake won't
nice looking man. Yeah,
that's like somebody putting out a thing. Go ahead, everybody, spread the rumor Drake slept with Kim.
People be like, he's a good looking man.
Why would he want her?
Like he Pee Wee Herman.
You think I'm gonna come out and say it's a lie? I'm not gonna say nothing.
Like if it was Pee Wee Herman, we'll go.
Yes, but it's Drake.
Chris.
So go ahead and say that. If Kanye, you want to go on and say that, go ahead. I'll let you go on and say that.
Okay.
Ice Cube came out and said, leave my name out your mouth. When he was on there, he said he spoke with Ice Cube and said that he has been blasted for being anti-Semitic, so he know how he feel. Ice Cube said, you didn't talk to me. You don't know nothing about me. Leave my name out your mouth. He said, I don't want to be involved in this. I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't know what Kanye talking about.
Yes. Another throw everybody under the bus.
Another person who said he ain't talked to him, that he said he talked to, said, I don't know what he's talking about.
He's throwing everybody under the bus. Every name that's coming to him. He's like,
Before I get to him being sued, those White Lives Matter t-shirts, because the company's not selling them no more, they went to Skid Row in California and gave them to the homeless people.
You're kidding.
So there's
homeless people are wearing White Lives Matter.
There's hundreds of homeless people.
Homeless Lives Matter.
There's hundreds of homeless people walking around with t-shirts that say White Lives Matter. Now, in a way,
unless it's a white man wearing it.
Well, hold on. In a way, maybe that is a hit against white people that Kanye doing. Because for you to give homeless people a shirt that says White Lives Matter,
that is kind of like
that's low.
Yeah, that is.
That's like
that's a message.
That's what this shirt means to me.
Yes.
It means nothing to me.
A homeless person wearing it. Because there's a lot of them in California.
Now, if y'all remember, or you remember, being a sorority, they have very strict rules about who wears our Greek
paraphernalia.
And when you pass away, you're supposed to either burn the stuff or give it to a fellow, leave it to a fellow Greek.
Yes.
I have seen homeless people wearing Greek letters.
Our Greek letter shirts.
And everybody
men wearing the female Greek shirt.
Yes. And I saw a homeless man wearing an AKA shirt.
I'm like, no.
And every sorority, when it was time to battle in those battles, made jokes about it and put a sign up or the picture of the homeless person wearing your shirt.
Wearing your shirt. That's a hit in the face.
So maybe that's his. Because remember I told you a porch Negro.
Yes.
So maybe that's his. Hey, I'm out here in the field with you guys. Look, I gave all the homeless people a White Lives Matter shirts, and they all walking around with it.
That's not a bad idea. That's crazy.
Hey guys, I'm out here with y'all in the field. Guess what I did when I was in the house with Master? I put a sticky note on the back saying "kick me." They all walking around with sticky notes on their back saying "kick me." I'm with y'all. See how I was in the house? And I did. I messed up. I came in with mud on my shoes, and I put sticky notes on all the Masters' back saying "kick me." See what? I'm with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm with y'all. You a naughty buddy.
But that's not a bad idea. Because there's a lot of homeless people in these cities, and they've been talking about it in LA. When we went to LA last time, they have a community. So imagine all of them White Lives Matter.
And one of his people said they're coming back.
What?
In a few days to bring more.
So all of them can wear.
All the homeless people on Skid Row will have a White Lives Matter shirt on.
And that's a good place too in California because they don't have to worry about getting cold. They'll always see the shirts. You'll see the shirts. Whereas our homeless people here in the Midwest, they'll have a coat. They'll have a coat over it. So you're in a good part of the country because the weather will be hot.
This man is gonna clothe. You know what? I laugh if he does it in every city.
Oh,
this man is gonna clothe every homeless person in every city with a White Lives Matter t-shirt.
Homeless people wearing that shirt that's a slap in the face. I don't know. His crazy can make you go, see? Is he pretending to be crazy with that ideal?
That's why black people ain't canceled him.
No, they haven't.
But the only reason why he's doing that is because the white people are mad at him and they don't want to sell his shirt.
And think about this.
It ain't because he loves black people.
When the whole O.J. Simpson incident came, a lot of black people didn't so much care about O.J. Simpson. They cared about the fact that, yeah, let him get off. Yeah. Y'all let the Kennedys off. Y'all let the so-and-so. So sometimes black people think that way. I'm not speaking for all blacks, but some blacks do.
They didn't care whether OJ did it or not.
They didn't care where he did it or not.
They didn't care.
They wanted the system to work for him just like it works for other white people.
They didn't care.
And so they could probably agree with some of the stuff this man is saying.
They'll agree that he's giving homeless people a White Lives Matter t-shirt.
Go ahead, give it to him. Kanye, you my man.
Even though those of us who have sense know he wouldn't have never done that if he didn't get kicked out the house.
Thank you.
But anyway, Kanye West potentially faces a $250 million defamation lawsuit.
Who sat and thought of that total?
Well, they probably did. From George Floyd's, not family. This is the Pitchfork said family.
Okay.
The George Floyd's baby mama.
Really?
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Yeah. So, hold on. This is why he gonna get hit. Because the brother is thinking about suing him too.
Oh, wow.
And George Floyd's mom.
So they jumping on the bandwagon to go at him.
They going after him, and I agree. Okay. It should be separate cases, all going after him.
So they gonna squeeze his money.
They gonna squeeze it as much as they can,
like they did to Alex
True
Jones.
Blue said, I watched part of the interview today, and he called Charlemagne the guy on the porch from Durango. Yeah, and thought about you guys. I thought about you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he calling Charlemagne. What's his name?
The porch Negro.
Yeah. No, the house Negro.
Oh, the house Negro.
Yeah, he calling Charlemagne the house Negro.
He called his name out.
Well, he's a porch Negro, so he don't know who's in the house and who's on the field or whatever. He just
well, the porch he knows.
He don't know true. He's a porch Negro.
No, he knows who's in the field.
No, he don't.
He don't know who's in the house.
No, he goes in the house too.
Oh, that's right. His shoes are dirty though.
He's a porch Negro.
Oh, that's right. He goes in and out.
So he's sitting there. He don't know nothing. Okay. He don't know if this person is in, and he don't know nothing.
Okay.
He's the guy that's on the porch that's yelling at everybody. He don't know nothing.
Oh my goodness.
And everybody keeps saying how smart he is.
I don't know what's going on with the homeless people wearing the shirts, but
now I have to say now I go back and forth with them.
That's going to send a message big time.
Can you imagine every homeless person in every city wearing a White Lives Matter shirt? Coming up asking you for $1.
White Lives Matter shirt.
Or laying on the bench or in a corner with a cup.
But you know
and as you walk by, all you see is White Lives Matter.
But you know what? Let's go deep. A homeless person, we know there could be a number of reasons why they're homeless.
They could be crazy. They could be an alcoholic. They could fall on a hard time.
Or mental, whatever. Right. When that whole Black Lives Matter came out, people wasn't understanding. It should have said Black Lives Matter too.
Either way.
Don't forget about us.
Right.
Can we have the same freedom that's in our preamble and all of our laws and stuff? You think about it. A lot of people treat Black people like homeless people. You don't care. You look another way. You don't maybe give money to them.
Right.
You may have negative reasons
but that's why if
you don't want to help that race.
But that's why if it would have been a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, that would have been a slap in the face. So putting White Lives Matter, that's still a slap in the face.
You can look at it two different ways, I guess.
Putting a homeless person in any shirt that has a message to it is a slap in the face.
Well, how would it look? Oh, well, okay. I see. I'm saying you can look at this two different ways, though.
Like what?
Because if you think about it, White Lives Matter, if homeless people are wearing White Lives Matter, that's going to make people think, some people, not everybody. Some people may think, well, see, that's how Black Lives Matter feel. Y'all don't care about us, and that's why those shirts is on homeless people, because people don't care about homeless people that as much as they should. So yeah, let them wear White Lives Matter, because we want people to understand that we didn't matter.
But see, this is how he'll do. This is why y'all call him a genius, and I'm a genius. Okay. Make me a genius, then I'm Kanye. I want to be a billionaire. I'm a genius. Okay. Depending on how the public perceives this White Lives Matter shirt,
the homeless people,
homeless, he'll spin it. So, like, let's say there's no outcry. Like you said, it's bringing attention. People are looking at the homeless now.
Okay.
He'll say, that was my idea. I wanted to put people in White Lives Matter t-shirts, homeless people, because I wanted to bring attention to the homeless. Oh. And now, you see how I'm a genius?
Yeah.
Because I put them in White Lives Matter t-shirts.
Okay.
Now you guys are helping the homeless.
Is he smart enough to say that?
No, though? I'm saying, yeah, he's a genius and he knows how to manipulate the media. And people fall for it. Now, if it's an outcry that homeless people are wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts from white people, he'll tell white people, now you know how we feel. Like you said, as Black people, when we wear that white, when y'all Black say, well, it matters. So now you feel that slogan. That's what I was trying to portray when I wore that, me and Bobblehead Candace. Because I wanted you to feel how we feel as Black people when you see that.
Different ways.
Yes. Or... he can go, I'm a genius.
What's another way?
If Black people are mad at him putting
White Lives Matter
on homeless people, he'll come up with a genius idea and say something along the lines of, well, Black people, now you understand that we have to be bigger than just the words of Black Lives Matter.
Of the name.
It's not about the words. Ooh. The words don't mean nothing. Ooh. It's about how we treat each other. Ooh. It's about now how we can't be killing each other. Ooh. It's about how we need to support each other.
Let's see.
It's about how I'm a genius.
You getting me excited. We gotta wait this one out.
See how he gonna spin it.
Where is he gonna spin it on depending on the backlash?
Yeah, depending on the backlash.
That's a good one.
Hey, Wendy. Wendy said, hello, stars.
Hey.
True said, I agree. So let's see how genius.
That's a very good idea.
Let's see how genius Ye spins this. Now, I forgot, it's one more group.
What's another group?
Homeless people. What if they mad?
What they gonna say? What is they gonna say?
Homeless people. What if homeless people are mad that you put in homeless people?
You're exploiting them.
And exactly. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna say something along the lines of, no, it's not about exploiting you. What we're doing is we're gonna try to show that you matter too.
Ooh.
Just like white people matter. People don't have to say it, but you matter.
If you, Kim, you are a genius.
I'm a genius.
I love it.
I just don't have his money.
If you was preaching, I would give you
I don't have his money. I'm not a billionaire like Kanye.
You have given 4 different scenarios on the type of backlash, how it's received, whatever backlash he gets from putting this shirt.
That's the spin.
On homeless people. He can tackle it any way he wants.
He can spin it any way he wants. Spin it.
I love it.
And that's why he's a genius to everybody. Because he knows how to spin stories.
He follows his father, Trump.
Comb over.
Comb over knows how to use the media.
He knows how to spin. And he's scared of him. Ooh. He's scared of him because Kanye is a Frankenstein.
He's created a monster.
He helped. Parts of him is in him.
Yeah.
But just like DeSantis is Trump 2.0,
yes,
Kanye is 2.0.
Oh,
Trump is an old Terminator model.
Yeah,
being replaced.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger version.
He's an old Terminator.
He truly is old.
DeSantis and Kanye is on him.
The new version.
They're a new version of him. And Kanye is going to run in 2024 against Trump. And he is Trump 3.0.
I hope he makes it, though, because he's just all this backlash he's getting. He may not have no money after the Floyd family milk him.
Trump, the difference between Trump and Kanye, I don't believe that Kanye is a genius, but I do believe he's smart.
He's creative.
He's creative.
Those juices are flowing.
And Trump is a moron.
Well, he's creative.
So he don't know how to. He's creative too, but he don't know how to spin it. And he's not black. He's not black.
But then again,
black, he can get away with more saying more than Trump can.
I see what you're saying, but he does have a following of a crazy group that he can. He's what's that word when you're using that group, that people that like you?
That's true.
They feel like he's their mouthpiece.
Well, he has the white supremacists.
He has the white supremacists. Wake up, white people! But they taking over the country.
But
he has them.
But the problem with that is most white people who are racist don't want to be identified with them.
Yeah, they hide behind the sheets like they did in my mom's
they don't
days.
want to be identified with that.
My mom and them would talk about the Ku Klux Klan. You did not know who was wearing those hoods.
Yeah.
It was people like at her schools and churches.
Women who don't like men don't want to be included in the feminist movement.
Right.
Because they feel like if you put me in the feminist movement, people are going to be like, oh, all feminists don't. They hate men. But they rather just be at home and burn their husband's food on the side. And he don't even know.
Oh, okay.
But they don't even like him. They don't even want him to come home.
Right. Okay.
But she is part of the feminist movement, but she don't want to be labeled that.
Yeah, and then too, when you're labeled like that, they already got the check marks of how your group is, and that's not truly how it all is.
Exactly.
Okay, you may be on
Wendy
something.
says Kanye's net worth is $2 billion.
He may lose it all with not all of it, but
and the difference between
when that Floyd family get him,
the difference between him and Trump, I had my point.
What do you mean the difference between him and Trump?
With
is
Kanye,
it the money? Is it the creativity? Is it the
I had it, but I can't remember.
Okay, is it how they think and how they play the audience, how they play the net?
It's how they play that. It's how they play
the
that
media and stuff and all that.
Oh, Trump is smart enough not to say anything anti-Semitic.
Ooh.
That's why his son-in-law is Jewish.
Yeah, his son-in-law is Jewish.
So he can always say
converted as well.
And he can say, my daughter's Jewish.
Right.
That's why he came out against what he said.
Yeah, because
he said he's gone too far. He's crazy.
But you know that video that Wendy sent, Candace was trying to support him. She was trying to take up for him, and as far as the Semitic. But Trump, even using her own situation when she was dogged out for saying stuff.
Trump can't. Because his daughter's now Jewish.
Exactly.
Who he loves. And also his son-in-law. Who all hold the secrets to his life.
But that's what Candace was trying to say, protecting him. He can't be anti-Semitic because we got this friend and that friend and my ex and my
He almost said he was on Mario Como. I saw that link you sent, Wendy. I had already seen the show though. And he almost said, if you notice, anybody watch it on not Mario Como. What's the name on Como? Chris Como. His show that comes on YouTube now.
He's back on the air too, y'all.
He almost said, if you listen real close, some of my best friends are Jewish. He almost said that because white people who are prejudiced always say, some of my best friends are black. No, he was saying I can't be anti-Semitic. Number one, because I'm Jewish.
Because he's Jewish.
And number two, because some of my best friends are Jewish. Oh. But he stopped himself from saying it because he know that's what white people say. I can't be racist because some of my best friends are black. That's what
Candace was saying in that video when she said that her friend, who's cheap, all of her friends and her relatives who are cheap. She said her husband is cheap. Yeah. And then she said her friend who is Jewish is cheap. She said, I can't say that. It's not going to be received, even though she is cheap. She's a penny pincher. But, people do take your comments.
We already talked about the fact that when you are part of that race, you can make jokes about that.
You can get away with it.
Not when you are not part of that race.
No.
A Jewish person saying that, everybody
like
alive.
Howard Stern says it.
Yeah.
Howard Stern can get away with it.
And also because they know that he knows that not all Jewish people are that.
Exactly.
He understands the joke.
Yes.
Just like when we joke about black people, we understand the joke.
Right.
We know all black people don't have rhythm.
Thank you.
But we make jokes about ones who don't. We'll be like, girl, now you know all black people got rhythm.
Right. Girl, what's wrong with you? You missed that rhythm line, honey.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
The video showed how deceitful she is and manipulative. Yes.
I felt that.
In business, Jews are known to be ruthless. That's no secret. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's probably why some blacks is not, they don't, he still is invited to the barbecue. Because some blacks probably still believe, hey man, you right, man. Amen.
And it's the spirit in which you say stuff.
Exactly.
I could say black people, woo, y'all sure got a lot of rhythm. And nobody would be mad if I was a white person and I said that. Or, girl, teach me how to dance because I know, ooh, y'all got some rhythm. Give me some rhythm. Nobody would be mad.
Okay.
But if you come up to me as a black person and say, I know you have rhythm because y'all know how to shuck and jive.
Okay. Ooh.
Teach me how to dance too.
Ooh. Okay.
See, it's the spirit in which somebody says stuff.
Okay.
So you can say that. You can say, girl, if you want to get you a lawyer, get you a Jewish lawyer.
You hear that all the time. People make those little negative comments all the time, and that's not a nice comment to make. So you got to really be careful, even when using your platform. Because Candace, she said she had to admit when she was in front of the Congress, she had to give reason why she was mad because they took her comments out of context. Mm-hmm. And they do that all the time. But understand, you got a platform. Please be careful when you make a general statement about any race.
That's
or any
not
person.
The same as somebody walking into the room that's a black attorney, and you say, what are you doing here? Give me a Jewish lawyer. That's different. Now you sounding like what the black man.
One of the rappers asked for a Jewish
lawyer.
That's
what I'm saying. So now you sound like what? Black people can't be good attorneys?
Exactly. Look at what's his name? They got O.J. Simpson off. Black attorney.
Most people understand stereotypes.
Yes.
It's the spirit in which you say it.
And then too, and to your point, the spirit behind it, and be careful with your platform.
Yes.
You don't have
if you're
to
a fashion designer, if you want fashion and a guy walks in and he's gay or whatever, you'll be like, oh, I know you know fashion.
See, be careful with that. When you're being filmed and videotaped and your platforms, you have to be very careful and tread lightly when you're talking prejudices and racisms and stereotypes.
So like if a woman come in that's not gay, she can't do you in fashion because you only want a gay person to do your fashion?
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the spirit in which you say things. Yeah. The people won't get offended.
Right.
If you say it in a certain way, they won't get offended.
Or I'll take it further, or not say it at all.
Or don't say it at all.
Yeah. Because if you're being videotaped,
everything in your head
be blown out of context.
Everything in your head doesn't have to always come out.
Right. You can rhyme. Everything in your, let's be Jesse Jackson. Everything in your head does not have to be said.
There you go. Oh, you black. I know you know how to rhyme.
Hey, you can shuck and jive.
So y'all can do that. Your mama hoppity.
Your mama's so fat.
Yeah.
That she.
We all think the same thing, but you don't have to say nothing.
You don't.
White people, y'all know y'all think that. When y'all see some ghetto black girl in line, y'all like, well, that's why you said we think the same thing. Why she got to be black?
That's why you made the comment yesterday about SNL and how they the different storylines they gave Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes,
I said, Kim, they did that. Yeah, because she's smart. She has intelligence. She went to school.
Yeah,
you think because her hair green and she got nails 7 inches long,
she's stupid.
She's stupid.
Yeah,
and got 10 kids.
Yep,
7 baby daddies.
Yep.
See?
And I say the same thing I always say about fat. People talking about fat people. Mm-hmm. Don't assume because somebody's fat, they're not healthy.
And you got high blood pressure. Oh, you fat. I know.
Not all fat people have high blood pressure.
You see somebody heavy and they do a split, you like, whoa, that big girl can jump.
Right.
That's why Lizzo celebrated heavy and thick.
Wendy says, so Black Lives Matter too. You have your thing on the timer? Because I don't know where I'm at.
Okay.
So that's kind of what we was talking about. But anyway, he's going to be sued not only by the baby mama, but also by the brother and by the mom.
They're all going to
George Floyd's mom.
Bandwagon to get him.
All of them. Okay. And it's going to be separate lawsuits.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some stuff you say, some stuff your friend Candace says, that it's going to come back to kick you guys in the butt.
And the fact that there's police officers serving time for doing it.
I know.
And then you come off. In other words, so what you want them to do? Let the police officers go?
Because he didn't really have his knee on his neck. It wasn't that killed him. That was something else that killed him. You should let that cop go.
What's your next line after that, Kanye?
Oh, and if you say that, you won't be invited to the barbecue.
No, these Negroes are still invited.
You think they're still invited? Because they want to be close to
I've seen some black people.
Money.
I've seen some black people on here.
Sellouts.
Black men. Invited. Black men. Conspiracy theorists.
Oh, wow.
Kanye really put it down. He really told the truth. I told y'all on my last one, if you married to one of those, run.
Oh my God.
He will cause you nothing but grief.
Oh, wow.
That black guy, run.
Okay.
Run. Be with the Ice Cube. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Take my name out of it. Leave me alone. But if you got a black guy that's on social media and he typing up, go Kanye, run.
I think everybody wants to do a Will Smith slap to him.
And
get my name out your mouth.
And another reason why you want to run is because, and I hate to say it, you married or you're dating a moron.
Oh.
Because even if there's some things that he said is true, I'm not vouching for the crazy Negro on the porch that's yelling at the moon.
Okay. All righty.
Sorry.
Let's see, though. I can't wait to see the 4 scenarios that you just gave on the homeless wearing no shirts.
Let's see what happens.
What backlash he will get.
That's our game.
He will get backlash.
Dun, 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 dun. The Woods Report game. Let's see what happens with these homeless people.
Everybody wait it out and see.
And see Kanye's response.
What numbers will be the largest of the backlash he gets? Blacks,
and I told y'all, play the video
people,
back. Depending on the backlash is the way he'll spin the story.
Yeah.
It depends.
Good one.
All right, so that was that one. And real quick before we go, we got 1 minute left. Mother of Jeffrey Dahmer victim says Dahmer Halloween costumes are super triggering.
I told you there's going to be some costumes.
Everybody is dressing like Dahmer.
Let it go, you guys. I know the family is hurting still, and who wants to be reminded of what that crazy man did to their sons or whatever. They're going to wear the outfits. You can't stop them. They're going to wear the Halloween outfits, and they're going to dress up. They're going to be knocking at probably the family members' doors. I want some candy. Oh, my God.
And it says it's already super triggering to see a hit Netflix series about the serial killer, much less folks dressing like the killer.
Yes.
Hughes was one of the 17-man Dahmer murdered, and Hughes himself was deaf and non-vocal.
Oh. It's unfortunate. I feel for the family.
Well, mother of Tony Hughes. Okay.
Yeah, I feel for the family, but I'm telling you now, the way this world is, and you gave a very good disclaimer at the very beginning, how people are.
How people are.
People, there's crazy out there. There's weird. There's mean. There's evil. There's all kinds of spirits in people.
So you
gotta wear those Dahmer
So you
outfits.
have to be, if you are a family member or if you hate the fact that the Dahmer thing is popular right now, y'all just gonna have to let it blow over.
Yeah, but just grin and bear it.
You're gonna have to grin and bear it, because the more upset you are, the more people gonna do it, because that's what they're trying to get.
That reaction.
They trying to get a rise.
Yes.
If I show up in a Betty Boop costume and nobody cares, I won't wear it again.
And take y'all back to that story with me acting stupid back in the teenage days, college days.
And you know how that's triggering? You know how many people died from the KKK or was dragged out of their houses?
Oh my God.
See how that was triggering?
I think I even told Mom and them and they didn't laugh.
But you see how triggering that is. That's how they feel.
Especially if your family member was taken.
And that's how they feel.
Yeah.
But you gotta,
I'm all in fun.
But you gotta grin. You gotta.
Look at me.
I hate to say grin and bear it. You're gonna have to grin and bear it.
Yeah.
And know that Dahmer is not here anymore.
Right.
And know that you're not the only person that has people that look all the way back to the gun toting days with Jesse James,
or even go to the whole thing with Hitler.
People dressing like Hitler.
Symbols all the time. They draw them on people's garage doors, and people hurt. There's families that are still survivors.
Now
that's talking about those Holocaust stories.
Watched the Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
Jesse James.
Oh,
Bobby loved Jesse James.
He wanted to be Jesse
and
James.
And then the old man came in. He's a mean, dirty killer. Jesse James killed my or was it his father or his granddad?
Somebody he killed.
He's a mean, dirty man.
Was it?
It was Bobby.
Bobby had to sit and listen and go, oh.
He said,
man.
I don't want to play Jesse James no more.
Well, the other brother didn't want to play Benedict Arnold.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know.
So these are stories from the people have been playing villains forever.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to grin and bear it. I'm sorry, Dahmer or Hughes's mom. Yeah. I know you hated Tony Hughes' mom, but I'm sorry, honey.
You can't chase everybody in the country.
You can't do anything about it. People are morons. Yeah. People do stupid things. And it's just gonna happen.
Exactly.
And he's now famous. Women talking about he's good looking and all this.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
People making light of the drinks that he gave out and eating people and stuff like that.
Oh, how can you even do that as a person that eats folks? How can you make that even something to even talk about as
but that's the society
that turns
we live
me
in.
on.
Yeah, that's the society we live in.
My
So
God.
all right, y'all. So that was it.
That was good.
Your donkey of the day.
Oh yes.
Road rage chase. Both two fathers started shooting at each other from their cars in a road rage chase.
Oh my goodness.
Both their daughters ended up getting shot.
Oh my God.
Both men had daughters in their cars.
Why would you?
One had a 14-year-old and the other one had like a 5-year-old.
You're kidding.
Yeah. The 14-year-old got shot in the back and the 5-year-old got shot in the leg.
Oh no.
And the one that got shot in the back is
she paralyzed?
No, not paralyzed, but she has to get a organ placement or something.
Oh my. What were they thinking?
Road rage.
With the kids in the car.
2 daughters were injured after their dads began shooting at each other during a road rage chase in Florida.
Oh my goodness.
The Nassau County Sheriff's Office told Fox 5 that the 2 men, William Hill, 35, and Frank Allison, 43, were charged with attempted murder for the incident that took place on October 8th.
Oh my
Hill's
God.
5-year-old daughter was shot in the leg by Allison's gun, and Allison's 14-year-old daughter suffered from a collapsed lung.
Oh Lord.
When she was hit in the back, the sheriff's office told Fox 5. There could have been 2 dead kids because of 2 stupid grown men, Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper said at a news conference last week.
I gotta tell this story. When I was little, my dad tells me stories that I'm like, Dad, I wish you told me that because I didn't know.
I know which one you did.
When he and my uncle, I was in town. I guess he wasn't.
Our uncle is a famous.
He wasn't
person
doing any concerts
sings.
at that time, and so he came up to visit my dad. They had a convertible. I don't know if my uncle bought the convertible for my dad, but it was a convertible. Mm-hmm. We lived near the Navy base, and I was 5 years old. I was standing in the back of the car as my dad and my uncle were driving, and I was just standing because I'm in the convertible. You know, at that time we didn't wear
standing
seatbelts.
In the convertible.
Well, you know that's 30s. I can't even tell you how many years ago it was, but it wasn't seatbelt laws. But I was because they was driving at a speed where I'm okay standing. These sailors drove by. It was a bunch of them in a car, shouted out the N-word at my dad and my uncle, and threw a beer bottle in the car, and it almost hit me. My dad and my uncle drove after them. Now, I didn't get the rest of the story because I said, Dad, you didn't touch them, did you? I don't know what they did to him, but they shook him up really bad because they saw they were military.
They beat him up.
I don't know what they did. Dad, he didn't tell me, but he said he taught him a lesson. You don't ever throw any bottles in people's cars, especially with their kids.
They probably took the bottle and beat him up with it.
My dad was so angry because he saw that they almost hit me. And I'm just, giggling and laughing, don't know what's going on. But it's just, these 2 men, they didn't care about the kids in the car.
They didn't care.
Their anger took over them. The fact that their kids are shot.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh my God. I just thought of that story when I saw this. And I'm thinking, and then too, my sister helps me with I have a problem with road rage. Mm-hmm. Not since.
You've gotten better.
Not since pandemic, you guys.
People crazy.
Crazy is coming out. My friend, my coworker, I remember she beeped at somebody because they was in the way or something. And they lifted up something like she thought it was a gun. She was so scared. It was a bat. And they were getting ready to, come at her. She drove off. People
I told you
crazy.
I was in the car, but this wasn't COVID. This when I was in college in the 80s.
What happened?
And we was in Chicago, and I don't remember who we was with. I know I was in the back seat, and it was a bunch of us in the car. You know how in college everybody jump in the car.
Right.
and we were stopped at the stop sign, and there was a car in front of us, and the guy who we was all with, he blew the horn because they wasn't moved. That dude got out of his car with his gun and said, "What? And he was like, "It's good, man." So that's why I'm like, people are crazy.
That's what happened with us when we went to church. Remember, we had a car full. We was on our way to church, and one of the guys in our car was over 6 feet, like 4 or something. Real dark skinned black guy. You know, a black dark tall man can be intimidating. The white guy he was in the car in front of us, and I was behind him, and he did something and got mad at us and stopped his car. And was getting ready to get out, and then my friend got out,
and he saw his side.
He said, "No problem," and got back in the car. So I was so grateful that my friend 6 feet 4.
But imagine if that guy, if that white guy had a gun, he would have shot that black guy,
saying that he was threatening him,
and he would have said, "I was in my right,"
scared.
Because I thought, even though he got out the car,
yes. You're right.
Like Trayvon Martin.
Yes.
Even though he followed him.
Yes. You gonna follow a black boy?
You following him, and then you then he come over and beat you up.
And my life
mad.
is threatened. My life is threatened.
So that's what I'm saying. So if that would have happened, if that white guy would have had a gun and shot your friend, he would have got off.
Yes.
Even though he started it, got out the car, they would have said, he shouldn't have got out, and he was bigger than him.
6 foot 4 inch in their heads. You're 6 foot 4 inch black man shouldn't have gotten out.
So that's why I say just leave it alone.
These
if you
two
can
apparently didn't.
If you can avoid it, just leave it alone.
So bad. These daughters got shot because of the dad's road rage.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So that was your donkey of the day.
Be okay. That is truly a donkey.
So those are the donkeys of the day.
Your family is in danger because your anger.
Because you're an idiot.
Oh Lord.
So that was it.
Okay.
All right. We went over a little bit, but. Always on Kanye. That's why.
I know.
The days we stop talking about him,
we're still praying for him too,
over.
And Candace.
I'm not. You'll pray for Candace. I'm not praying for that.
I'm calling out certain demonic forces that I feel that I sense that she's controlling.
I'm not praying for her. So.
And even in the video that I got to see of her, no.
So you get to see what everybody talking about.
I see now that she's.
She watched that video you sent in the email.
And she has a sharp tongue. You have to be careful with her tongue.
Yeah,
because Jezebel had a sharp tongue too.
All right, so that was it.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And always
believe. And that was
was there any comments before you let go?
No. Wendy has said Jews are known to be ruthless.
Ooh.
That's no secret.
Ooh.
They'll even tell you that. And that was...
We've seen that in all colors, though.
Yeah.
I can't even say it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was another Woods Report. See you later.